We begin with that major breakthrough in Washington. President Biden spoke late today at the White House about finally striking a debt ceiling deal with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Biden saying it avoids the worst possible crisis, a U.S. default. Now, after weeks of tense and sometimes bitter negotiations, Biden and McCarthy still have to clear one more critical hurdle, getting both the Senate and the House to approve the measure before the country runs out of cash on June 5th. And we are dangerously close to that deadline. And tonight, some hardline Republicans and Democrats are slamming the deal, upset about some of the concessions made. So getting votes in the House and Senate may be difficult. We have team coverage tonight. ABC's Jay O'Brien is standing by on Capitol Hill. But we begin with ABC's Elizabeth Schulze from the White House.
Tonight, with the world's most powerful economy at stake, President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy finally striking a deal to prevent the U.S. government from running out of cash to pay its bills.
The agreement prevents the worst possible crisis, a default, for the first time in our nation's history.
Do you wish you started these negotiations sooner?
No, it wouldn't make any difference.
Biden and McCarthy clinching an agreement that would lift the nation's $31 trillion debt ceiling for 2 years through the 2024 presidential election, while also placing new restraints on federal spending. The 99-page bill released late tonight. Both leaders admit they made compromises.
It doesn't get everything everybody wanted, but that's in divided government. That's where we end up.
Sources tell ABC News the budget deal keeps most federal spending roughly flat next year, raising it by 1% in 2025. Defense spending would increase. Also included new work requirements, putting time limits on how long some Americans up to age 54 can receive food assistance. Sources say the bill would also preserve Social Security, Medicaid, and veterans benefits.
How confident are you today that this bill will pass on Wednesday?
You're going to have Republicans and Democrats be able to move this to the president. The president agreed with this bill as well.
But hardline conservatives like GOP Virginia Congressman Bob Good are already accusing McCarthy of too many concessions, writing, quote, "No one claiming to be a conservative could justify a yes vote." Tonight, the deal's negotiators on defense.
This is the most conservative spending package in my service in Congress.
Some Democrats also skeptical.
And I think it is really unfortunate that the president opened the door to this.
I'm anything but a clear yes vote at this point.
With the default looming until the president signs a bill,
these are people's lives.
Single mom of four Megan Hullinger in West Virginia fears delays to her critical Medicaid and food assistance benefits.
So there are other bills that either are going to go unpaid or we're not going to eat. I mean, it's just as simple as that.
Real life consequences for so many. Elizabeth Schulze joins us now from the White House. Elizabeth, how is the president responding to criticism from his own party that he made too many concessions in this deal?
Lindsay, President Biden admits that not everyone got what they wanted in this deal, but he does insist that it protects key parts of his legislative agenda, like the Inflation Reduction Act. Still, the reality is that for months, the president said he would not negotiate on the debt ceiling. Clearly, this was a negotiation. Lindsay?
Clearly. All right. Elizabeth from the White House for us. Thank you. President Biden and Speaker McCarthy are trying to sell that deal to skeptics in Congress as we careen toward that June 5th deadline. ABC's Jay O'Brien joins us now from Capitol Hill. Jay, walk us through what happens next.
Yeah, Lindsay, both sides of the aisle sprinting to sell this deal tonight. Their first test will be on Wednesday when the House votes. Sources tell ABC News that a small group of House Republicans have already returned to the Capitol to try to drum up support here. Meantime, President Biden is trying to get moderate Democrats on board, which will be crucial if enough House Republicans vote no on this legislation. The White House briefing members of Congress tonight on the finer points of this agreement. Now, if this deal passes the House on Wednesday, it could go to the Senate as early as that same day. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer telling his colleagues tonight to be prepared for a vote as late as Friday, even that weekend. And that would be down to the wire, especially if senators on the fringes of both parties filibuster and jeopardize getting that bill to the president's desk by that Monday, June 5th deadline. Lindsay.
Right at the 11th hour, potentially. Jay, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.